Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Good morning, fabulous first grade. Welcome back to our PBS classroom. I'm Mrs. Hammock, and I am here to help you practice all the skills you need to be excellent readers and writers. I was just enjoying another, yeah, you guessed it, penguin story. This one is The Little Penguin's Tale by Audrey Wood. I love this story. It's about a little penguin, and he's listening to a story that his grandma's telling him. And while she's telling a group of the kids a story, he kind of wanders off and takes an adventure. Have you ever done that? Maybe even just wandered off in your mind when someone's reading you a story? I bet you have. You might enjoy this story about the little penguin's tale. You can look for it at your county public library or on Sora. Let's see who is number 2 on our Sora list. Are you ready to see? I know I am. Okay, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Hoover High School. Wow, that is incredible. Great job, Patriots. I am proud of you for making it to the list. Super great. That is incredible. I have a whole bunch of wonderful, fun activity books that they're looking for a home. Would you like to have one at your house? If you will send me a letter here at the studio, here in our classroom, I will send you one of these fun activity books. Just send me a letter. You can tell me anything you want. And you can make sure to put your address in it so that we know where to send this fun book. You can even send an email, and I'll write back to you. So I hope to hear from you so I can give away some more of these fun books. All right, friends, it's time for us to get started. We have a lot of learning to do, so we're going to train our ears for sound. We're going to play the rhyming game again and the generating rhyme. That means making up a rhyme. So I'm going to tell you a reminder about rhymes. Remember, rhymes have the same ending part. So if I say sail and mail, they both say ale. Did you hear the ale part? Okay, so what would rhyme with sail, mail, tail? Good job. All right, here we go. I've got another group of words. 2 of them rhyme, but one of them that does not. I want you to identify the rhyme. Here we go. Brain, book, main. Which 2 rhyme? That's right. Brain, main, they both say ain. Good job. That's what Mr. Dawson does. I thought it was kind of fun. All right, so brain and main, can you think of a word that rhymes with those 2? Train. Great job. All right, one last one. Here we go. Watch, wait, gate. Right. Wait, gate, they both say 8. Good job. Can you think of a word that rhymes with wait and gate? Skate. Good for you. Wow, you are getting really good at this rhyming and generating game. Terrific. All right, it's time for us to practice some fluency. And I thought it might be time for us to mix them up because we do them in the same order each day, and I think that you're ready for a challenge. Are you ready? Here we go. TH says th. TCH says ch. WH says hua. SH says sh. CH says ch. And PH says f. Great job. I didn't trick you at all. All right, let's review some of our long vowel patterns with the silent E. So we have I, consonant E says I. O consonant E says O. E consonant E says E. And U consonant E says U. All right, let's head this way to our pocket chart for our focus sound, and that is the train card, where we also learned that A consonant E says A. That's one of the patterns we've already worked on. This week, we're working on 3 more ways to spell the A sound. A says A as in paper. AI says A as in brain. AY says A as in hay. I'm going to talk to you for a second about this single A. What I want you to know is this one is probably the trickiest one, because we usually find this in words that have more than one syllable. Remember, a syllable is a word part, and each of those parts has to have a vowel sound. So this one you will find in bigger words like pay, per. Do you hear the pay part? Pay, per. That's a 2-syllable word, and that's why the A is all by itself and it says the long A sound. We're going to spend some time on that in a couple weeks learning about the A, long A that as the end of a syllable, and it'll make more sense to you then. All right, let's get on to our word for today. We're going to read this word. Let's sound it out. P-A-L. Pail. Pail. Very nice. A pail is like one of those buckets that you hold. What if I want this word to say tail? Well, if I know how to spell pail, then I know how to spell tail. I just have to change the beginning sound. And now it says T-A-L, tail. But what if I want it to say trail? Trail. What do I need at the beginning then? Right. I'm going to use our consonant blend. TR says tr. A-ul, trail. Great job. All right, let's change trail to train. Train. What do you hear? What changed? This is the same. Now I need a n. That's right, the ending sound changed. Look at all the words you can make if you remember how to spell one of them. This one is train. All right, what if I want it to say rain? Oh, that's right, I don't need this anymore. I need the beginning sound R. And that says r-a-n, rain. All right, it sounds to me like you are ready to read some words from our chart. Let me move our Sora countdown. And today we are going to read this bottom section of our chart. It's a few sentences, not quite a story, but maybe the beginning of a story. Ray paid for the grain and the hay. He waited to go out the main gate. Did you hear and see some of the long A sounds and spelling patterns? Let's see if we can find them. I have my pen. Let me get a different color. And let's see if we can identify some words with those spelling patterns. Are you ready? Right, here we have AY says A. Good job. Here we have AI says A in paid. And AI says A as in grain. And AY says A as in hay. Oh, even the word waited has AI says A. Wait, and then we have the inflectional ending ED. That means it already happened. He waited to go out the main. AI says A. Did you see the last one? Yes. Look, it's A consonant E says A. Good eye. Terrific. All right, now it's time for some high frequency words. We have 2 more that we're going to put into sentences, and then we're going to work on some alphabetical order. All right, here we go. Animal is our word. A-N-I-M-A-L, animal. And this word is hour, O-U-R, hour. All right, let's see what our sentences say. A pig is an This is home. Oh, well, that one's kind of easy, right? Because a pig is an animal, and this is our home. Great job. All right, it's time for us to work on our alphabetical order. Remember, when we put things in alphabetical order, we're putting them in the order of the alphabet. So we're going to take a look at the first letter first. So I got my pen here. So the first letter here is an M. This first letter is an M, and this one is a B. All right, so first let's think. We have M's and a B. Which one? That's easy, right? The B is going to come first, for sure. Now we just have to decide which one of these is going to come next. Is it M-O or M-A? That's right. A comes before O. Very good. So we have bone, male, and mole. Terrific. You ready to try another one? Okay, here we go. We have mix. There's an M. We have chain, starts with a C. And cube starts with a C. Okay, we're going to have to use our skills. We're going to move the M because we know that C comes before M. And now we're going to take a look at the second letter. There's an H, C-H, and C-U. Right. They're already in alphabetical order because H comes before U in our alphabet. Good job. All right, let's try one more. Here we go. Trail. It starts with a T. Fail starts with an F. And took, that also starts with a T. So we have two T's and an F. So does T or F come first in our alphabet? Right, F comes first. So that one's first. Now we need to look. Is it going to be T-O or T-R? Let's look. Ooh, they're very close together. T-O and then T-R. So that means took comes first and then trail. How did you do? Great practice. You're getting really good at this alphabetical order. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much for practicing reading and writing with me today and alphabetizing things. You are getting so good. I hope you'll come back and see me tomorrow. It's Friday. All right, sing with me. Goodbye now, the clock says we're done. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.